Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of RK Football. We are obviously back to Three Amigos, of course, and we're back with another
Yes.
Premier League weekend of action.
Hmm.
Thank God. International duty is
Oh
quite
yeah.
draining. So, yes.
There's another one
But,
coming up. There's another one
oh, you
soon.
know it. You know it.
Yes.
But after that one, I think it's the longest period without
Yeah,
an
that's right.
international
Yeah.
break. So, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that one. So,
Uh,
yeah. But, obviously, loads to talk about. I think we're going to start off with the biggest result of the weekend. And we'll get it out of the way nice and quickly. It is the Manchester derby. Man City spanked Man United 3
yeah.
0 And I think it's fair to say Erling Haaland had the game of his life in
Mm.
that game. Obviously, he has had better games against Man United who win hat tricks. He's now scored against Man United more times than any other Premier League team.
Yeah. Mental. Yeah.
Um, is it fair to say that we are looking at possibly the best striker in the world right now?
I would say that he is on current form. Certainly. You did say that this was probably the biggest result of the weekend. I mean, you could argue it was exactly the opposite because it's probably the result that everyone saw coming the most. It was probably the most predictable result of the weekend. I mean, I know I had United to win. I think 2-1 was my prediction.
Yeah.
And that was just me being foolishly optimistic about the whole thing, I guess. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, the game itself, it wasn't a great watch, obviously, from a United point of view. Uh, Not really much to kind of go over. I mean, in other words, we didn't really learn anything new about United. In fact, that whole match was almost like a showcase of things that we already knew. It was almost like a prop. United were almost a prop to kind of show that City are still shouldn't be forgotten and that they are in the title race. And United are just kind of a prop, like I said, just to be tossed aside. Because the story, I think, was all about City, really. Because in terms of what we already know about United is that, we knew that Haaland is the best striker on earth at the moment. We know, Ugarte is effectless. Despite what Amorim might think, Mainoo should be more involved. Bruno has a tendency to go missing in big games. Doku is possibly under it. These are all things that we knew already going into the match, and I don't think we learned anything new. So yeah, I'm actually not as upset by the results, to be honest, because again being foolishly kind of upbeat about the whole thing and predicting United win. I mean, I watched the match, and then as the goals started flying in and seeing Haaland just kind of rip us to shreds, I thought, well, same old story, really. Can't get too angry about it, really.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously people will argue that he should have scored a hat trick. He
Oh
made
yeah,
that sitter, and it hit the post. But if you actually watch, and I do actually have sympathy here for him, as he goes over the keeper, it is a bad touch, and it just goes that little
yeah,
bit too far, and then as a result, obviously, yeah, it does happen. But
yeah,
I mean, he scored 2 goals. He's done the job, sort of thing. Obviously, Foden got on the
exactly.
score
Yeah,
sheet as
it's funny.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think is it like with Man United, it's
yeah,
sort of like everyone else is seeing these problems. Everyone else is seeing these big problems, especially in
hmm,
that midfield. They were completely overrun.
yeah.
I sent Stu this wonderful picture earlier of
Oh yeah.
Oh
Haaland
yeah,
running
Yeah.
through, and the defense. Like I don't know what's going on, but it's so obvious everyone else is seeing it.
yeah.
Why is Amorim that stubborn that he is just refusing to sort out those big problems?
Yeah,
What is going on?
I don't know. I mean, in terms of basically, if you're speaking about the formation in which he plays, the 3-4-3, I think now it is more stubbornness. I think when he came in, it was more of a philosophy, but I think he's now. It's almost like he's sticking with it just to be stubborn and just to be difficult. I'm sure that's not the case, but that's how he kind of comes across, especially in his interviews and stuff like that. And he's bought a couple of players. He has a few players now in there that kind of suit the position better. It's not entirely ideal just yet, I don't think. And like I said before, players like Ugarte is just I just don't see. He doesn't do it for me. And
No.
having Fernandez play in a two in midfield means you're not getting the best out of Fernandez, especially when you need him in big games like this.
He's your best player. He's your best player
By
in that
far and away our
position.
best player. And if you play your best player out of position, I'm sorry, uh, I don't get it. And again, we alluded to it last week as well. Just this weird thing where he cannot, he's constantly substituting defenders. I do not understand that. There's no stability with the back line at all. He's constantly bringing Maguire on and just shifting things around. I don't get it. Sorry, Stu, go on.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, like, is he doing that thing again where he's putting like Harry Maguire, but he was as a striker. Like I remember, like last season, he's just
Go and
like,
get a goal. Yeah,
Yeah,
lump it
like,
up top to slab head, and he'll get a goal.
it's
Yeah,
like, what are you
I don't
doing?
know.
Like seriously.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's baffling that basically it's obvious that the system doesn't work, and
yeah,
you don't have to be a rocket scientist to look at that. Look at the system and go
Exactly.
like it's not working. But
yeah,
I saw that interview he done on Sky. I think afterwards he was literally like going on not really a rant, but kind of sitting
mhm,
and going, well, like other teams do it, and I play it 3 unit back, and I've seen it in the Premier League, and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, but it only works if you've got a decent back three or at least
yeah.
mildly decent defence, and Man
Exactly.
United
Yeah.
don't have that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think he knows that his days are numbered now. I think he must know that he won't be United's long-term man. He won't be, if he sees beyond the other side of Christmas, I think it would be a miracle, to be honest. And it's almost like, well, I'm going to go out my way. I'm not going to switch things out. If I am going to leave, which is very, very likely, I'm going to go out doing it the way I like to play. So sod the rest he is almost. Yeah, it's just again, no, we didn't learn anything new about United, to be honest, in that match itself. So
I
yeah,
is it fair to suggest, and this is a bit of a bold statement in some ways, because we are looking at a manager who was also scouted by Liverpool
yeah,
briefly.
yeah, yeah.
Are we
it's a
looking
bit of
at a
that.
manager who actually, yes, was very successful with
Sporting.
Sporting, but in a league that let's be honest, you should be spanking teams. Like I had a brief look at earlier. So obviously you've got Sporting, you've got Benfica,
Hmm.
Porto, Braga.
Hmm.
Now the rest of those teams, there's 14 other teams in that league. And I'm not going to lie, I do know my European football, and I don't know the majority of them. I've never heard of the
Okay.
majority of them. I can read them out here, and I want to know how many of you guys know. So you got
Probably
Santa Clara.
no.
Forgive
Nope.
me for getting pronunciation wrong, by the way. Obviously,
It's
everyone
like
knows how good I am with this.
it's like you're basically like tormenting
But
yourself. You've decided to do a
Yeah.
thing that you actually you're not good at. You're gonna try and pronounce
but I
it.
mean, I get your point to an extent. But would many Portuguese people know about Luton or Burnley?
Yeah,
Yeah, mate. Like we have it all. People go over there with it tattooed on their arm. Like,
yeah.
like
But
surely they must
I
know.
get. I mean, I get what you're trying to say with the whole like was it quality of the league in Portugal and that, but I think it's not really. Again, it's the Man United thing. It's just like anywhere else. If you've gone to another club that's a bit more, like got a different atmosphere and different kind of,
Yeah,
work, basically is run better, right? I
yeah,
think his style would work, but because he's
yeah,
at Man United, that's basically one of the worst one clubs in
yeah.
Europe, and just like the atmosphere, it's like, of course, it's not going to work because it's not. It's not. If it was only, sometimes you wish it was just the team. It was
Mm,
just the system's not working. But it's again, we've said
mm.
it 1,000 times. It's been the same for the last 10 years. Like
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
the same old stuff. But
and
yeah, this
I
is
and
nothing
I
new, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't buy this. I never buy that argument. Oh, of if a player or a manager comes to the Premier League, for example, and doesn't perform, that there's always an argument. Well, they did it in this country, but their league isn't as strong, and look at the teams they're playing against. But the amount of players and managers who come from other leagues and they do well, no one ever has that argument. That
Well,
never
Yeah,
comes up.
hundred
So
percent.
I never buy that. But yeah, I think we spoke about United I think at length for the last couple of weeks, really, because. It's warranted it, I guess. But yeah, again, we mentioned it before, but I think his days are numbered now. And again, to be honest, I think he'd be happier than anyone to leave at this point. He doesn't seem to be enjoying himself.
I
Amorim, that
think
is.
the like it's not the nail in the coffin, obviously, yet just yet. But when you
No,
get a statement coming out saying they are being patient with Amarin, you sit there and think,
kiss of
yo,
death. Yeah,
obviously
the
there
oldie
is
yeah,
chicken that
something. Yeah,
yeah.
there's always
It's
something going on
the
in the background,
oh,
sort
yeah,
of thing
yeah,
there.
exactly.
was
Yeah.
it.
So
We're told he behind you, and then 2 days later they're like, what
It
was
it
it? Ruben
always
Amorim has been
happens.
fired.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
yeah. It always happens. Yeah. But
um,
we'll see.
it's going to be
Chelsea next.
interesting watching what happens there. I mean, it's always interesting watching what's happening in Man United recently, but we
That's
just have to
just
see what
it.
happens.
People only watch United now to see them lose. I mean, that's kind of where United are now as a club. They're the
Yeah.
bloody banter club now. And I kind of get it.
you,
I get it. I
Yeah.
mean, every time I go and
over
watch
Liverpool.
yeah, I know. No, Liverpool are still no. Let's not get into it. But you're top of the league. I can't really say much. We're in 14th or whatever. But yeah, that's it. United don't get the headlines when they win; they get the headlines when they lose.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
again, it's been
No,
like that for a long time now. So.
bad news makes the headlines, doesn't it? This is it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sometimes
absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
Especially with United.
mm. But obviously, we'll move away from that swiftly now
Yeah.
and move on to a result that actually going right up to the other end of the table with Liverpool's 1-0 win against Burnley, right in the death with Mo Salah getting the penalty. I'm going to be honest, there is two ways of looking at Liverpool right now, I think, and I
Yeah.
want to know your opinion on this, Stu. Liverpool could be seen as they've got that Premier League winning mentality because they're fighting games to the last minute and winning games. Or is it being seen as they're only just scraping out results and the likes of Arsenal are dominating games and winning games? Like, so how are you seeing it?
I'm looking at more like the first one, like, because obviously it's yes, you could look at it, yeah, the performances out there, but how I look at it in the situation with Liverpool is like, how many times have we seen a season where we've gone guns blazing in the first like couple months of the season, gone all out, played great football, all that kind of stuff, and then 2 months to the end of the season we run out of steam, and then basically like obviously last season it was different because of so far ahead we were, and then obviously with Arsenal, but I think it's first one. I think it's. I mean, yes, you could sit there. It would be nice to win a game just on like win it, not on the death. But yeah, it just proves that basically like that basically we never give up, and I think that's a good trait. Like, I mean, I would rather the idea that we've won 4 out of 4, not playing great, right, and basically a winning game, and we're top by like and not even playing to our best or what we're capable of. I would say I think I think it's a good thing, to be honest. I mean, I would love it to just be like, we're playing great football, but I think it's at some point when we click, as I've been saying multiple times, it's going to be fine.
You've not been massively convincing in it. Like you have, I mean, it's always in any of the games you've not been convincing. It's mad, isn't it? I mean, like people always say, oh, the mark of a champion is to win win games even when you're not playing well. But Liverpool fans must surely be like, yeah, but not every game, lads. Can we win one game by?
I mean, I'm not sitting there saying
yeah.
I'm not sitting there saying like, yeah, every game can we have a last minute win? It's like, would like a game where it's like, okay, we get to 90 minutes,
3-0 half time,
but then again, it's like, I don't know. I think it's kind of a Liverpool thing as well. It's not the only team that scores late winners, but it's just Liverpool just have this knack of just not giving up. And I'm okay with it because it's like, okay, I'll be worried if we're playing rubbish and we're dropping points. But
of course.
Like example, like was it if you went by if you took the last minute goals out of the equation, we probably would have won. We wouldn't have won a lot. We've been a lot of our points had a bad start. A lot of draws. But again, I'm not worried because obviously again, only 4 games in. Like I'd be more worried if we were playing rubbish and not getting anything, we're winning. And I think at one point it's going to click. At like one game, it's just going to be like it starts working, and then when that hits, I think we'll be fine.
How concerned are you about Salah's form? I mean, I know he scored yesterday, and to be honest, I haven't watched every minute of Liverpool this season so far. But from when I do see, he does seem a little bit anonymous and just not quite at the races. Is that something you're sort of a little?
Not really, because obviously I think it's because of who's playing on our right hand side has been a bit fluctuating the last couple of games. Because obviously not back. The reason it worked last season because you have Trent. We had Trent on our right hand side. And they've been playing for years, so it's like he can cut inside. And he doesn't have to focus. He can focus on like kind of cutting inside and get them shots. But obviously at the moment it's like you've had was it Frimpong, but then he got injured, and then obviously Conor Bradley's been injured, and then obviously Sloboslai's been in that, and he's done good. But again, he's good. He's been not good. He's been amazing. He's probably been our best player.
Is he the best non-right back in the league? Like,
I think I called him like I don't know if I don't think it's an insult. I called him like the new James Milner. Like he's utility player. He can play everywhere.
Just does everything. He
can play in defence. He can play in midfield. He can probably put him up front, and he'll probably do a job for you. But I mean, it's what I love about Sloboslai. It's like he's basically what they've realised from last season is he got criticised because of his attacking input. So, but because of whatever you think of the form of Wirtz at the moment, they've decided, okay, well, he's off the ball stuff's quite good. So what about we just focus on that, and then we get the best out of him. And obviously that's now he's getting the praises that I think he deserves. But yeah, I mean, him playing right back in the way he's been playing has been very useful, very helpful because we had a couple of injuries in that position early on.
Best player so far for Liverpool, do you reckon, Szoboszlai?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, obviously performances. I think obviously. Yeah, I would definitely say that, to be honest. Yeah, I think he's just been.
Rakatike maybe.
Yeah, but I think just the situation. I think it's just because of the utility, like the idea that he can, like, he's played in the middle, he's played in attacking midfield, like was Vert's position, he's played in like right back, and then it's just, I think it just proves that, like, and he's still playing it to a high level. That's just like, it's kind of very Liverpool, that where basically we have players that play in multiple positions and do a job for you, and I think that's what is exciting at the way. It's like we've still got those players that can just, like, okay, you play him in right back, he'll do a job for you. Play him in the middle, he'll do something for you. Like, he'll do a job for you. And I think that's what I like. I think that's what I like about Slobside. Like, when you're not playing great, you've still got a guy that's still kind of producing for you. So
yeah.
So that's, but I would probably say best player so far.
I think another thing as well to take into account, what I was saying about the winning like games at last minute and how you could see it as well. I think another thing you've got to think about as well is all these new players have come into Liverpool, and yes, okay, they've had 4 games to gel, but it's still like new. So it could also be just these new players are gelling, trying to get the best out of this system.
Yeah,
playing together as well. So it could be that, like,
and they have Isak to come in as well, so there's still going to be a bit of betting in for that as well. So yeah.
I've seen a formation the other day of how they could possibly line up, and like it was like this 4 diamond up top, and it was Isak, Ekitike, Salah, and then Verts behind. And you know what, you just sit there and think, if I was a defender, I'd be like,
when
Verts hasn't been great so far. Verts would be the one kind of, he's not been great.
I mean,
so far.
I'm not worried about it either, because again, it's the same situation. It's like,
I
know people like to, because obviously the price tag and everyone's going to be all over him, but again, it's like it was always going to be a kind of a better, he'll get there eventually. Again, it'll be a situation, he'll get used to the league, and then he'll be fine. But if that front four gets get going.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus, but but at the moment, we were lucky in that game. I'm not going to sit and beat around the bush.
Oh yeah, well, Burnley were unlucky not to get. Yeah, I was devastated.
I mean, at Turf Moor, like, and they could have got a point against the champions. I mean, like, I think Burnley would be very happy with the performance.
To be fair, they defended really well.
And I'm still sitting there thinking, do you know what? I think this Burnley side will stay up because they are really resilient defensively and they are playing very well. And yes, okay, it was very unlucky to lose the game, but they picked up 3 points from 4 games, and obviously that only comes from a win. But if they got a point there, they would have had 4 points from a possible 12, and that sounds a lot better all of a sudden.
Yeah,
so
and I
do
think
think they're on the up.
Yeah, and I think just they'll take a lot from that performance as well. Obviously, they didn't get any points, which they'll be disappointed about. And Scott Parker will be fuming as well. And they did have a player sent off as well, of course. But they played really, really well, and they did deserve a point. So I think, if they can play like that most weeks, especially at home, they'll be just fine. I think they'll stay up.
Yeah. Well, I think for him though. Sorry. I think for them though, their problem is that they had seen the Stu can't finish games, because obviously that's 2 games now where, because obviously against Man United, like, they didn't, they gave away penalty right at the end, and obviously with us the same thing. So if they can stop, maybe if they can stop the mistakes near the end, like the final 5 to 10 minutes. But I think I think it is, because obviously that tackle, obviously for the sending off, that was like a bit of a clumsy tackle near the end, and obviously, as much as people like to say that wasn't a penalty, it's like, well, what do you do when you put your arm like that? Like, it's penalty all the way. But yeah, I mean, I think again, I think it's always been the case with Burnley with, like, if they're going to stay up, it's going to be the defensive.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's how they got promoted. So
exactly, yeah.
But I think they'll be okay. But then, to be fair, most of the teams are looking. I mean, Sunderland look like a proper Premier League outfit at the moment. I mean, they're out of all 3 of them, I think they're the best one so far.
Well,
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, having a brief look here, Sunderland. Oh,
I think they must be top. Yeah, top out of the 3.
With 7 points, 2 wins, a draw, and a defeat. I think, like, the team that
really
I did would go rock bottom, straight back down.
Same here. I think a lot of people said the same. But proving everyone wrong. So
no, I was very surprised that he didn't win Manager of the Month. I will be honest. Like, he didn't win Manager of the Month.
Should have.
Sunderland manager.
Yeah, I assume it was Arne Slot.
Yeah,
Arne Slot, and I'm like, he won 3 games, and let's be honest, with a team that's like,
I mean, but you know sometimes they go right, like with those kind of awards, like how many times we sort of talked about who's going to manage the season, and we were like, this is who it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with that, and I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, no, it's right. But yeah, moving on to another game, obviously from the weekend, unfortunately, we do have to speak about it. I'm going to go in the other room while you have a chat about this.
I assume we're talking about the Chelsea Brentford game, I assume.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Yes, unfortunately, we are. I was hoping to get away with that one, but yeah, no, we do.
Speaking of last minute goals,
Yeah, speaking of last
Throw-ins
minute
as well.
goals,
yeah,
just it. The thing that frustrates me is that Cole Palmer came on,
yeah,
he did play very well when he came on. He had that attacking flair. I will be honest, Garnacho did actually play well when he came on the pitch as well. So I have to give him credit as well. He could have got another assist right at the end for Palmer too. But defensively, just so naive. Like Fabio Carvalho right at the back post, and he's completely unmarked. And you're like,
yeah.
come
Garnacho's
on, this
fault.
is simple defending. Like, make sure you're keeping on him, and then we would have got the win there. A big 3 points. But yeah, okay, it's a team it's our bogey team. I like to think Brentford is, but it's a game we could have won there.
You
Really,
came back from a
so
goal down as well. Like to the idea that
yeah,
was, I think at half time, I think it was like, yeah, I guess you knew obviously they watched the game live, but I've seen that. It's the same as you expect. Like in the first half, it was like, yeah, you're looking like, oh, you're not looking like you're getting back into it. But again,
no,
you changed it up, you got it back 2-1. But yeah, what fascinating about that one is ironic because a lot of the talk, I think of what you mentioned there, were talking about was it the throw-ins, like how was it
yeah,
Brentford have become like best. Let's be honest, the new Stoke City with the whole like was it what
Avoid the
utilizing
lap.
throw-ins.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's how that goal. That's how that equaliser came. Just basically a really good throw-in. And
Yeah.
what's kind of funny is that basically we're all talking about the manager, but like the manager was like he's a throwing coach, so we should have clocked that one because he's like basically that's his job before he got this job. But
Exactly. I think my biggest concern is that Chelsea we didn't really go at them at any point. We were trying, but we didn't
Yeah.
actually try and go full throttle. There was points where Pedro Neto he was doing his cutting and everything, and he was constantly dribbling. And I'm just like, sometimes just take a shot and hope it
Yeah.
ricochets. Like sometimes just go for it. Like have a bit of luck maybe, and it bounces off and goes in.
Through a forest of
Like
legs, you
Everton
can go anywhere. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. Like, but I have to say, yes, okay, Chelsea didn't get the result, but I have to say, Brentford were resilient. They were really good, I thought, and Keith Andrews set them up really well to make themselves hard to beat.
Yeah.
He knows that with the players they've lost, they have to make themselves hard to beat at home, and yeah, that's where they're going to get most points.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done it. They've got themselves again. They've got themselves a win. They've got themselves a draw there. And
2
they're
wins now,
sitting.
was it? No, they got two. One, no, they got 1 win and 2 couple of draws. I think.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
sitting mid-table, 4 points after 4 games. I don't
Not
think
bad at
again
all.
it's too bad for a team that I think will be associated with relegation.
Yeah, again, just considering who they lost as well. I don't think it's a bad
Yeah.
point for Chelsea either. To be, I don't think there's too much need to be all doom and gloom about it.
No,
And I know you're not
no,
really,
no.
but I mean, it's a decent point, and you've got
Yeah.
Palmer back in the team as well, so a few positives, you know.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
and it was just I think what was just most frustrating is that Caicedo's goal was really good, and it was like that should have been a winner. That should
Yeah.
have been a
Worthy of
winner.
winning any game. That goal. That was absolutely a
Yeah.
thunderbolt. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Well, talking of thunderbolts, goal of the weekend easily Zubimendi against Nottingham Forest. What a
Oh
rocket
yeah,
that
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Yeah,
Like-
took a little deflection, but I mean, it was still on target, wasn't it? Anyway, so I mean,
Yeah.
but that was a lovely goal. That, yeah.
But the power he put on that as well.
Oh man,
Yeah,
great.
Ridiculous.
it's one of them that like it's because he's right on his side, isn't he? Like because he's
Mm.
like his legs completely stretched out, like to even get the power behind it. I mean the
Do you know what I love now is seeing the goals from the ref cam. I know it's not the best
Yeah.
angle to see it from, but it is kind of cool to see it on, from that
view.
perspective. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. But yeah, great goal and a good win for Arsenal if we're going to chat about them.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that the biggest thing about that game is obviously Santo obviously got the sack, and then within
Mhm.
24 hours, Ange's appointed.
Big Ange. Yeah.
Probably, let's be honest. I think those Forest players were probably thinking, right, we're gonna have to change the way we play because Ange ball's now coming in, and obviously it's gonna take maybe few weeks to fully implement it. But I think we did see that Nottingham Forest are going to be quite vulnerable at times, playing the way that he wants them to play.
I hope so. I hope so because I have them to be relegated. So I'm.
Oh, is your prediction?
Sorry,
Idiots are
Nottingham
gonna come
Forest,
true.
but I don't care. I want to look like a genius. I couldn't care less. So yeah, I hope he's got in.
I'm surprised they
um,
went for him, to be honest. I gotta be honest, because
yeah,
obviously I
me
think
too.
we put in the chat, and obviously I don't think it was ever realization, but like everyone been putting chat, like some said either Ange or Jose Mourinho, and I was like, well, Jose Mourinho will work better for them because they play the same system that they play now, really.
And half of them
And
speak Portuguese as well, so
yeah,
that'll be
yeah,
handy.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I know,
One
and also
thing though,
he's been talking about coming back into the Prem, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope
So
he does. I hope he does.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I
but yeah,
think
I was shocked by that.
West
So
Ham.
they went for Ange.
I think it
Ooh.
is purely because of the Greek relationship. That is literally the main reason
Oh,
that he's done
right,
it.
right.
Yeah, I think
I didn't
that
even
is
think of that.
that
Right.
I think is the only reason that he was suddenly the full-blown favourite to get that job.
Yeah.
Who I think Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to benefit most from this sort of philosophy going forward, but I sincerely do fear for their defence because
Yeah.
I look at games now and I'm thinking they're going to break teams down. They're definitely going to score goals, but when they come up against the teams like the Arsenals, the Liverpools, Chelsea, let's think of another one just quickly, Newcastle,
Yeah, yeah.
I can see them getting hit quite hard and lose games quite heavily.
Yeah. They were
Like,
beaten by
and
West Ham. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, I think they've got Burnley next,
Yeah.
so like that's going to be a game that probably Ange sits and thinks we should win that
Should
game,
win that. Should win that.
but it's at Turf Moor and they've just nearly got a draw against the champions, so they'll
that's
be
the
up
Yeah.
for
one.
it.
That's
They
the
will
one.
Is
be.
There's
that in the
Burnley all the
Super
way,
Six,
right?
that one?
No.
Ooh,
Because that's
no,
got 0-0 all I think, or 1-1,
Yeah,
a
well,
draw anyway.
was it? We're
yeah,
bigging it up, and then it found yeah, and it's like it's going to be like,
yeah,
was it? Not we're not
Yeah.
in first half, all the ball, have all the shots, all the chances, but then
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
it's
yeah.
0-0.
yeah. But like we said, Arsenal did get the win. They've got the 3 points. They're still looking good, I think.
Yeah.
Another injury though,
I
Odegaard
was gonna say, yeah,
getting a
soured the
shoulder
win a little
injury.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's twice already this season, isn't it? Like he's only been out for
yeah,
like so. Is it the same thing as his shoulder? I think it's like he's done his
yeah.
shoulder.
I thought it
Shoulder.
was. Oh, was it? Oh, right. I thought it was
I'm
something
sure
else.
it was
That's
his
fine.
shoulder because I watched the incident just before we came on here,
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
he goes in for the ball and he flies over and then
Yeah, yeah.
lands straight on top of it. It's like
Oh,
Looked
like
awkward. Yeah.
yeah, like even it was one of them where sometimes you wait for that highlight to show it. The moment it hit, you like yeah that's it. That's when he's done it, isn't
his
it?
Yeah,
game's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
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 So I don't
So
have
that,
to
I think
be
that's.
a doctor to know that.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's a little bit worrying now for Arsenal. So that's Saka, Saliba, and Odegaard out now. I
And
mean,
Havertz as
luckily, and Havertz. Luckily for them, though, players like Madueke, he's having such a strong start to the season.
Yeah.
In place of Saka, particularly. I mean, like they should be lucky for that. And with Zubimendi, who wasn't signed to score goals, scoring absolute worldies like that, you just have to be thankful as an Arsenal
Yeah.
fan that they're
Goals
doing
from
as well as they
everywhere.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think though, Arsenal, yes, they've got the injuries, but yeah, I agree totally. The goals coming from everywhere else definitely gives you that confidence going
Yeah.
going forward that when the injuries come back, they'll be even better.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, obviously, well, one last game I did want to speak about was the Newcastle game as well. Obviously, they have lost one of their best strikers, probably one of the best strikers in the Premier League in Isak. But new man's come in. Is it What's made?
Walter Made? Something like
Watamade,
that?
yeah,
Let's go with
yeah,
that. Let's go with that one.
yeah. Let's
Say
go
it out loud.
Watamade, yeah, and then we'll
Yeah.
wait to be corrected. No, but yeah, he gets on the score sheet. Good header to win the
Yeah.
game, like classic, like tall strikers goal there. I think that is definitely going to give Newcastle the confidence going forward that this guy
100%.
could lead the line.
100%. Yeah, I think
Like,
we all predicted a Newcastle win, I think.
yeah,
So and a good win for them. And again, I think I mentioned it last week. It was certainly it's a win that they needed because I think they all just want to put this whole Isak debacle just behind them now and just forget about it. And just kind of move on. Like I think I said, just to relax now back into the season, which they can. So a good win for them to sort of continue on with the season, basically.
yeah. I think Wolves are. I think I might have been a bit wrong about Wolves. They are, for the first time in their 127-year history, they have lost the first 4 games of a
Wow.
league season.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
looking.
they are in trouble.
No.
Yep.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if Victor Pereira is sacked within the next month.
I had a
Yeah,
feeling.
be surprised.
I had a feeling though, because obviously it's like it wouldn't be the first manager to come in and like halfway through a season, new manager bounce. And then, but when they stay up, it's kind of like okay, now you've got to get them going now. And obviously,
Yeah.
again, it's only 4 games, anything can happen. It's so, but yeah, losing your first 4 games is not a great start. So
Mm.
it could be
Yeah.
on the list of early sackings. I gotta be
Yeah,
honest, but
a bit unlucky maybe. So they had played Newcastle and Man City in their opening 4 games. So
yeah,
I've forgotten who they played. The other 2 teams. I don't think they were that poor or that far down the table. But a sort of a difficult-ish start, I suppose. So they might give the manager time at least to sort of see what they can do going forward. Does anyone have the fixtures up? Do they know? Do we know
I've
who will
just got
play
them.
next
So
weekend?
they've got Leeds. They've got Leeds at home in their next
Well,
game.
That could be a bit tricky. Yeah.
Tottenham at Spurs.
yeah, they're not
Then
winning that.
Brighton at home. Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Burnley at home. Fulham away, and then Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. All those games, I think, if you're looking at them, anything more than
Where's the win coming from?
6 points, anything more
Yeah.
than 6 points is a good take.
I mean,
think
particularly the
they're-
first 2 games, Leeds and Tottenham is not easy. So, and I know Leeds,
Yeah.
but they can cause problems, and Tottenham at home, obviously.
I think the games where I
Bournemouth.
sit there and look at it and go, Wolves seriously need to be looking at these games is I think Sunderland, Burnley,
Brighton.
and Fulham. Those 3 games in a row, you sit there and go, we need to be getting maximum points, if not at least 6 from
Is
those
Brighton
games.
one of those as well? Because I think Brighton would fall into that category too.
Brighton's,
Like, we can get at these. Come on, yeah, these are,
and that's at home as well. So again, no, I agree with that.
There you
go. They have to be getting maximum points from those games because, or else they really could be right in the middle of
banging it. Yeah,
because Sunderland have had such a strong start that they could afford to lose a game at the minute, whereas Wolves have to get that first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
So be go on, Stu.
Yeah, and I was about to say because obviously you talk about the Sunderland thing, especially against Wolves. Like, it seems like Sunderland's home form is definitely going to be what's going to probably keep them up this year. I know it's only 4 games in, but how that place is rocking every time Sunderland are playing at the moment. So if they go into that and still struggling, it's you're more likely to go for Sunderland than you would be for Wolves. But yeah, I mean they are looking. I think they're looking like there's nothing like they look shocking defensively. Yeah, they don't like. Again, it's like as we probably found out, they lost their creativity in the 2 best players. They lost to City and both of the Manchester clubs. So now, where's the creativity going to come from? I mean, was it Gomez? I think it might be, or someone like one of the players on the right-hand side or something like that. But like he looked a bit threatening in that game against Newcastle. But except for that, they're going to again. I don't want to say the obvious, but they're going to struggle for goals.
Who went to City? Oh, wait, Nori went to City. Yeah, sorry.
That's it, yeah.
And then obviously I mean, I think it's Gomez. I might be wrong, but like I think he's the only one, or looks like might be a bit creative for them. But they're gonna they struggle big time.
Yeah. Well, there was one more game. My apologies because we did say beforehand that we did want to go over it a little bit. And that is obviously this is the last one. Spurs versus West Ham United. Obviously, they got smashed at home 3-0 West Ham. Again, it's like a repeat of the Chelsea game. They just looked so clueless. I think I don't know if you both watched the game, but when I was watching it, Sarr was at the back post. This is the first goal, I believe. He's at the back post and he's standing there and no one's marking him. The ball comes over. It's clear it's going over everyone. No one's marking him. He runs it towards the ball. Still no one's marking him. He heads the ball. Still no one within a yard of him. It goes in the back of the net. And you just sit there and think, this is not like, what is going on? Like that you've left someone right at the back there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
he's going to run in, clearly.
kind of similar, I suppose, to the derby, to the Manchester derby, in that like we kind of already knew West Ham were hopeless at the back, and just kind of toothless going forward as well. And I mean, it was funny to see. I mean, I did see kind of bits of the second half. I didn't see the whole thing, to be honest. But I think they got their red card sort of midway through the second half, I think, or kind of towards the end.
Through.
And I think they were already 2 up at that time. Then they got a third, and then I think there was like 10 minutes left, and the stadium was basically empty, as save for the away fans.
That's
And then, but at the end of the match, the referee gives another 5 minutes. It's like, oh, just end it. Just end the game.
End the pain. End the pain.
Just do it like they did in the Champions League final. Just like, no, sod it. We're not doing extra time. Just this game is done and dusted.
I mean, how long do you think he's got now? Because obviously I know he's got time, but again, it's a similar situation. I mean, not a similar situation, and obviously with the statue of club, but the similar situation that he's come through halfway through a season, and he's kind of like he's told, okay, you've got a free hit to the last season, the end of the season, and this season get the players you in, play the system you want to play. But obviously West Ham, it's not working either. I mean, I think we talked about it before with obviously Sancho, like for the former Nottingham Forest manager, like he's available. I think it's more of a situation, as we talked many before, that he would suit perfectly for West Ham. I think sometimes you just got to understand, cut your losses, and maybe, get rid of Potter.
He's too pragmatic. He's too pragmatic for me. He was the same at Chelsea. Don't get me wrong, he done the best he could, but he works with a smaller club. But unfortunately, that pragmatic approach is starting to wear off in the Premier League, and unfortunately, teams are going down because of it at times. I do think, looking at West Ham, they need a fresh start. They need someone in ASAP who is going to bring off a better vibe for the players. I mean, they did get a win, so they're not in a bad situation.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, is that they won and they beat Notts Forest, one of the best teams last season, or one of the so that was such a bizarre.
It just came out of nowhere, though, wasn't it?
It was just like what? You're not supposed to do that.
No, but
ruins everyone's accumulators. Yeah.
Well, this is it. Yeah, typical. Super Sixes and all.
Yeah.
But their next games, they've got Crystal Palace at home. Everton
They'll lose
away.
that.
Everton away again. Like you say, they could lose that as well. Arsenal at the Emirates. Then they've got Brentford at home, and then Leeds away. These are again like all games where you do sit there and think you could come out with 3, maybe.
Yeah,
4
you'd be
points.
lucky to get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you come out with none, surely he's gone by the end of that.
Yeah, you'd have to
Like,
say so, yeah.
Yeah, but the way they're playing at the minute, I would not be surprised by the time it gets to that Arsenal game that they get spanked 4-5-0, and then Potter's out the door by the Monday. I would not be surprised, and that's only 3 games away.
I don't think they'll wait that long. I don't think. I think
no. I agree. Yeah.
I think if they next game and they get done bad, proper.
That's that.
I think he's done. Because again, you normally get with a manager
hat trick. There we go. There we are. Mateta hat trick as Potter loses his job in the dugout.
That's it. Yeah.
There's the headline
for you. If I see that on the back of the Sun, I know we've got listeners.
I mean, if they appoint was it Sancho from for West Ham, they'd be like, they've definitely been watching, because that's exactly what he said.
There we go. See, great minds think alike. Anyway,
could I just shout out one last thing about one of the other games, very very briefly? Everton Villa 0-0. So the Aston Villa goal watch. Shout out Kyle. Your team are doing terrible. They have now. Aston Villa are now the only team in the top 7 divisions in England yet to score a goal.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? That's great. Yeah. Brilliant.
Very surprising considering they've not lost any. One marquee.
So straight, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
Watkins just can't buy a goal, and
Well, Stu basically got the team that done at PSG, basically.
Yeah. But for some reason they just can't convert. It's very strange.
But let's be honest. in the next game they could then now we've said this, they're all going to win 3-0.
Oh, please,
And
please keep it going, Villa. There must be a record for like most games into a season without scoring a goal. Like they must be close to that now.
You know what happened, don't you? Like it will hit the next game, Villa will win, and there'll be a good win, and they score goals, and then Carl will be back coming on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they'll win with like an own goal or something. It's like, come on, it's not. They
doesn't count.
I know. Yeah. That's exactly what's gonna happen. An own goal hat trick. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I do feel for them though, because obviously it's again, it's I don't know about Villa. It's just like it shouldn't. It's like it shouldn't work. It shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be like I don't know why.
It's so unusual. Yeah, it's like why? Yeah.
But
I've got the longest run without scoring a goal, and that is what is it? The longest run without scoring a goal was Crystal Palace in 1994-95 when they failed to score in 9 consecutive games.
Whoa!
Between November and January.
Okay, well Villa will definitely score in their next 9 games. There's no doubting that.
Didn't Leicester have like a thing like that? Didn't Leicester last season have a record like that? Like 9 games where they didn't score a goal?
Something, some terrible record. Yeah,
so hopefully they can beat that, because if they get to that point, then maybe we won't be looking at them going at the top end of the table. We might be looking at them down.
Yeah.
at the bottom end.
Palace that season didn't score. They didn't score a goal for 9 games.
Yeah,
that's amazing. What the hell?
Yeah, poor fans. Like they're just sitting there going like, so looking around, go. So we're not seeing a goal today, guys. So we're just.
They must have been disappointed not to get to 10 as well. Like at least get to 10. Come on, make it the full 10.
Nice round number.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but in some ways, let's hope that Villa do score a goal, because then that might be the reason Carl's not on the podcast.
The return of Carl. Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel.
But let's move on to the biggest competition in European football.
Yes. It returns.
Do you know what I found out in the summer though about the intro song, and I found it very, very interesting. The intro song is the Champions being said in different languages.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking, okay.
No, I will admit, I only found that out recently myself, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I always knew that. I didn't. I found that out recently as well.
It's new for me. So learn something new.
What a tune. What a belter. Just nothing stirs excitement in me more than that song. I love it.
Do you play it then when you walk into the office?
Yeah, just on the earbuds as I sit down.
Yeah. But obviously the fixtures were announced not too long ago, but the first round of fixtures do happen this week. Okay, now I'm going to just very quickly go through. We're going to go through the English teams, and we can say who our favourite for the Champions League is going to be. But what I want to know is who do you think is going to do the best out of the English teams that are in it? Okay. So we'll start off at Arsenal, of course. They'll go in alphabetical order. So the teams they've got to play in this format, which is still relatively new, even though we've had a season of it.
Atletico first, isn't it?
They've got Athletic Club first, or as I like to call them, Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah,
Bilbao. But they like being called Athletic Club, don't they?
Yeah. Olympiacos. Then they've got Olympiacos at the Emirates. Atletico Madrid at the Emirates, Slavia Prague away.
That'd be tough.
Bayern Munich at home, Club Brugge away, Inter Milan away, and is it Karatz at home? So
that's a pretty tough.
I don't look at a lot of those fixtures and
even teams like Olympiacos are spiky enough, but they can cause problems.
Even you can sit down and see with Sparta Prague is like you can sit there and go like, oh, that's an easy victory, but you still got
Bruges as well away.
It's like tough away games that I would say, but I'll be shocked if they don't get in top 8, because I think they win most of them, but these are not easy fixtures to be honest. But
no.
I think the hardest, I'll be honest, Atletico Madrid, I don't want to put a say this, but at the same time I do. I don't think Atletico Madrid are anywhere near as strong as they used to be. So I don't look at them and sit there and go, "Oh, this is going to be a very hard game." But then we all know Diego Simeone.
Never
Exactly,
underestimate
like
Simeone side. Like
he'll
it's
scrape
never.
out a 1-0 win, like and
Yeah.
play really
I mean,
boring.
They are
football.
still very defensively orientated. I think
Yeah.
still under
Yeah,
Simeone.
they
Yeah.
I
are.
mean,
So
I think last season they were
tough
trying.
to
He
beat.
was going crazy. I think he was. He was trying like really. Or was it? He was doing the opposite. I think last season. I think he was trying to go
Yeah.
all
Really?
out attack. Because obviously, I think maybe he just got fed up with everyone saying I'm too defensive. And going, okay, I'm just going to go all out attack and score as many
Yeah.
goals as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
never underestimate Simeone.
the hardest game they've got there is Bayern Munich, easily. That is going to be the hardest game.
Is that home or away?
That's at the Emirates.
They should win that.
Thankfully.
See, I would argue that Atletico Madrid might be more difficult away.
Yeah.
Is that away or is that home?
That's
No,
home as
that's
well.
at home as well.
Is it?
The
Okay.
hardest away game they've got is Athletic Bilbao. I know you're listening, Spanish fans, but it's Athletic Bilbao, okay?
Don't alienate the Spanish fans. Jesus. The views of Matthew Denny do not necessarily reflect the views of the other members of the.
we call the Athletic Club.
Yeah.
You know,
What were the other away games? Sorry, so
The
Bilbao,
away games you've got is
Club Bruges.
Club Bruges and Inter Milan. Inter Milan's probably the hardest, actually.
Yeah, you'd say so as well.
Yeah.
You'd say so.
Yeah, no, I'd say. Then you move on to Chelsea. We start off with Bayern Munich away on Wednesday night.
Ooh,
lovely. Ooh, tough.
Benfica at home. Ajax at home. Carabao away. Barcelona at home. Atalanta away. The more I'm reading this, the more I'm worried. Paphos at home, and then Napoli away. I'm actually sitting there thinking we actually might struggle.
hey, that's
Like,
yeah.
I mean, just then first of all,
Napoli
season
away,
you've
you
shown
said?
was like
Yes, yeah.
Was the last
we
one?
play two of the two league champions in Europe away from home.
Away.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And yeah, so Barcelona were league champions. Ajax, did they win their? No, they didn't win the league, did they? They lost on the
Yes.
final day, didn't they? 'Cause
No,
the
they
PS
won it on the final day, didn't? No, wait.
No,
No, they
'cause-
did lose it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
they
yeah.
lost on the
Yeah, I
final
remember,
day,
yeah.
didn't they? Yeah, because of PSV.
Ah,
Oh yeah. I remember.
I will be very, very happy if we get promoted to the knockout stage automatically. I'll be very happy. After reading that, I'll be very happy.
I think, and I think when you look at that, I mean, at first glance you might think, oh dear, but I don't know, maybe even like a team like Barcelona. Barcelona are not the team they used to be, of course. They still obviously have some great players. I think Yamal is injured. I think I might be wrong about that, but I think Yamal is injured at the moment. He might be fit for the Chelsea game, who knows? But
Thank you.
But yeah, and is Barcelona home or away? Is that away or is that?
No, that's at Stamford Bridge.
That's. I feel like
that's
that's
winnable.
that's a contestable. I reckon you could do something to them
Please,
at home.
just no more injuries, Palmer. We need you in these games. We need.
Oh,
you.
absolutely, yeah.
And especially, I think that we have a team that's going to cause anyone problems, which is good. But it's those games away from home. I do sit there and think, if we are not sorted out defensively, we could get a real heavy defeat on our hands in one of those games. Just try and get it organised a bit better, please. By that point, that's all I ask. Like a bit of consistency at the back, just please.
Yeah.
But we'll move swiftly on. We've got Liverpool next. You've got Atletico at home, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Galatasaray away.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one.
Eintracht Frankfurt away.
That's
Real
ironic.
Madrid at home.
Oh, that's gonna be a tasty one. That one.
PSV.
I'm sick of Liverpool, Real Madrid. Sick of it.
You know it, yeah. PSV at home, Inter Milan away, Marseille away, and then Carabao at home. Now, Stu, what are you thinking with that?
I don't know. Now you've listed them out, the more I'm worried. This one. So there are a lot of good sides there. I mean, obviously the big marquee one, obviously from that is the one that's going to be the headline grabber was obviously the Real Madrid, Liverpool again at home, and obviously with Trent. Well, if he starts, because I've heard rumours he's not even starting at the moment. But
yeah, he hasn't started 2 of the matches.
Yeah, maybe But anyway,
Carvajal.
that's going to be the game, isn't it? Because obviously it's like it's going to be an added spice to it, and obviously we done them last year as well. So maybe if we can do it again, but I think what we got to learn from last season is basically finishing top means absolutely nothing, basically, because maybe got some extra cash from finishing top, but it didn't do much good because then we got PSG and they beat us. So like it doesn't really matter. So I think
yeah.
if we can get again same as against Chelsea or anybody else like top 8, I'd be happy. Like if you win it, finishing top, I don't think unless they change the way it go, like change it up a bit again.
Yeah.
I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I think they're all. If we can start clicking again, like at some point near the tail end of those league games, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, they're not. We're not. I'm not. There's no game. The 8 games looking at going. What was it? Them games going easy. It's like they're all tough. like Galatasaray away.
Yeah, those away Turkish and Greek games are always because their fans are just nuts, and the stadiums are always like just like pits. Unbelievable the noise they create.
It's the I actually do look at that and think that the minimum I would expect from Liverpool out of those games is, despite they've got Real Madrid in there as well, I actually think they should be challenging for the top of the league again.
Oh yeah, 100%.
With those fixtures, I actually do, because Atletico, I think that Liverpool, if they can get themselves together and pull it together and get it right, they would comfortably beat Atletico the way they play.
Yeah, but
the way they set up as well, we spoke about. Yeah,
bogey team for us because obviously we've had a couple of I think 2-3 years ago. I think when they done us at Anfield, I think so.
Oh
it's not,
Morata.
So it's this is why it's one of those games you're going in going, oh, why Atletico Madrid? Anyone but Atletico Madrid, because it's like they probably would know our luck. We'll probably lose that one because obviously Simeone said don't, but. Yeah, I mean, a lot of those games, I'm just looking at going, I'm not going to be watching those matches and going, oh, this is going to be an easy watch. It's going to be like a lot of, watching the screen feeling tense, I think, for most of these games. So
yeah,
I don't think I'm massively, sorry, man. I don't know if I'm actually sold on this. If I'm massively sold on this new format just yet, I agree with you, Stu. The fact that you finished top in the league and you still, there's not that much of a kind of advantage. I'm not too. I liked the group stage format. I mean, I don't know, this kind of new league. I don't know. Maybe I was just because it was new, and I just, I'm not really I'm not a fan of change too much. But no,
I mean,
I'm quite averse to change. But
I think they do need to fix it up a bit, like with the how the seed, because obviously if it's a league system, it's like it's great, exciting. The last games of to try and get who's going to get the automatic spots or the playoff ones, it is exciting in a way. But I think the problem is it's like there's got to be some. I don't want to say like
jeopardy. There has to be a bit of jeopardy, and there has to be kind of like you need to get there's to be a reason that you want to be top of the pile.
What the idea that where did PSG finish? I think in that league position.
They were in the playoffs. They went through the playoffs.
They were. That's right. Yeah.
And then they went on and won it. So it's like, and it's like, and then who got to? Was it 2 finalists? Like, it's like not. It doesn't really. Like the problem is, there's no. It doesn't matter. Like it's just saying whoever fits in top 8 because it's just. In the end, it's like you might get unlucky like us and just put your PSG because where they finish, and then you just.
The thing is, like. When in the old format, obviously the team that finished third went into the Europa League. I'm glad they got rid of that. I'll be honest.
I didn't like that.
I hated that.
Because it just because the Europa League was so bloated anyway, and just
my argument will always be because I know what you're about to say, Stu. My argument will always be the year Fulham got to the Europa League final in 2010.
Is that Roy Hodgson?
Yeah, they played brilliantly all the way throughout. They went all the way through the competition, and then they lost to Atletico Madrid, who got knocked out of the Champions League. And it's like
beat us in the
knocked
semis.
out of a competition to then win another. I'm sorry, no.
It was set up for an all-English final that year, and then Atletico Madrid decided to do us. It's like that season. I remember that one because I was like, that would be really cool for Liverpool. But I get that. But then, I mean, another thing that's good about them to get rid of it is Seville will not be able to win it. Was it ever again? Unless they don't qualify it for.
Oh yeah, do you remember like 3 years? Didn't they win it 3 years in a row? Wasn't it with Unai Emery or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, the only good thing about it, because I have to admit, like the quality of Europa League, though, I think it's like when you have the Champions League teams come down, it's like some of the teams are in there quite. Because nothing against obviously what was the final that we had last season with Tottenham Man United, but like normally when it used to have the old system, when it had like Champions League teams that third go into it,
Yeah.
you had some really more interesting, tasty ties like to watch. Like last season, I was looking at some of those games and I was like, it doesn't like not for
Yeah.
even neutral. You weren't looking at those games going, yeah, I want to check that game out. But a
The
couple of years
the
ago, like
yeah.
it was more interesting for
Yeah,
neutral.
the only thing I would be worried about with this new Champions League format is one of the primary reasons for doing it is because they want to have some of the bigger teams play with each other earlier on in the competition. So they want to kind of build that excitement and stuff like that, more viewership, more eyes, all that kind of stuff. So your Liverpool v Real Madrid's, this Chelsea v Barcelona's, they just wanted more of that. But my worry would be that a little that with that might come a little bit of burnout. Because I mean I don't know how many. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Liverpool, Real Madrid, to be honest, is not the match I'm looking forward to the most. I've just seen them play so many times now, and Chelsea, Barcelona be good, but they have played it quite a bit before. But yeah, Liverpool, Real Madrid, especially, it's like the reason. Again, one of the reasons why they wanted to do this is to have matches like this earlier on in the competition. But already, I'm kind of thinking, God, again, these two, that is one particular example. But
I mean, a perfect example of a team. Yeah, like there was a Newcastle Barcelona. That's a match that's like.
Or Newcastle PSG, which was
like,
great, which Newcastle won. That was a great, that was just a great occasion or whatever. Yeah, but
I actually think you've hit the nail on the head there. To be honest, David, because when I don't think I'm the only one here. It's when you play these European games. Yes, you want to play against the big teams, but in some ways, the games I look forward to are the games where you go somewhere you've never been before. Like I remember when Chelsea played Nordsjælland in the Champions League in like 2013, and like we spanked them, but it was like, this will be interesting because it's a team we've never played here. Like all that sort of stuff. So it's those games sometimes you look forward to as well. Like we got Paphos, and in that game, David Luiz now plays for Paphos. So
is it all right?
Yeah,
good.
Like he'll be coming back to Stamford Bridge, so that would be quite a cool
very good
game. So it's those ones I'm looking forward to rather than playing Bayern Munich at the Allianz. Like,
those big sort of box office ties are better off as like a semi-final or a final.
Yes.
Yeah, like
not in the bloody opening stages because there's not too much.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean
exactly.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. There's no peril. Yeah. Liverpool, Real Madrid. You think right? Big game, big tie, lots on the line. But there's not. It's whoever loses, it's like well. We'll just win our next
game. We'll just
exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the kind of flaw I think in this new format.
Yeah, but the one thing I would say is that I'm talking like Chelsea are one of the favourites. I'll be very happy if we were one of the favourites. We're not. I'd be happy if we got out in the stage. I'll be honest.
He hasn't even brought up the world champions once, and except for now. But
well, which is unusual. Yeah.
I mean,
who else is in the Champions?
VIP spot, but moving on swiftly now. We got Man City's games as well. So you got Napoli at home on Thursday night. Monaco away. Villarreal away. Borussia Dortmund at home. Bayer Leverkusen at home. Real Madrid away. Bogo Glint away. And Galatasaray at home. I think again,
they'll be fine.
Some banana skins, but I think they'll be all right. I think they'll
be okay. I don't think it'd be like last season when it's just like, they were just horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll be back in those automatic spots.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, I think they'll be grand. Yeah.
Napoli on the first game. That's going to be a.
Guess who scored for Napoli at the weekend?
Yeah,
it was only Rasmus Højlund.
Honestly,
and he scored against David De Gea as well.
I know. I think my favourite thing from this weekend, I have to just quickly say this, is that Andre Onana had a 8.7 rating.
Yeah. He had an amazing game. He made like a million saves.
What?
Same thing every time. But anyway, just to cut straight to it, I do think that City will be the one team to kind of who will go the furthest out of the English teams. Just considering the form they're in now, and they pumped United, and Haaland's in world class form. Again, I think he is the best striker in the league, in the world even. So I think City will go the furthest. Don't know if they'll win it, but they'll definitely go for it. They'll be the English team to go the furthest.
What would he stand after? Does he stand out? It's not like if you look at any teams around Europe at the moment, like the big top teams, and looking and going, they're gonna
really, because
normally you.
It's early on.
Well, you go for Real Madrid, but they're like kind of transitioning. You've got obviously Bayern Munich, but they've never still look a bit, in Europe. That's enough to be said. Obviously, you could say us, but again, we're not looking great at the moment. Obviously, Arsenal, you could, but then it's just all the
Italy,
teams
I
you
don't
would
think anyone's dominating
No,
at
I
the
mean,
moment, really.
well,
Yeah.
no, I mean that's again probably the best team they've got is well, it probably would be Napoli, but then obviously Inter, it's all changing up because obviously and that. So yeah, I have to admit it's hard this one because it's not as simple as like back in the day. It's like this
No.
team. It's like
Could be
there's
there
no
could be an interesting one this year.
yeah, might be maybe another new winner,
Mm.
maybe like last season with
Could
PSG.
Could it be Newcastle?
Imagine.
The irony.
Wow.
But with them, they've got Barcelona at home.
Oh,
I
I
think
need to watch
what a
that
nice
game.
game to
I need to
start
watch
off
that
with.
game.
Yeah.
For a team like Newcastle, that is a lovely game to start off with. I
If
think.
it was late early 2000s, because obviously when they were in the
Yeah.
Champions League, like long time ago, it's like it's kind of game I was sitting there going, yeah, that's a game they put on the old ITV and what's that?
That's one I'm tuning in for, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I'll be
big
watching for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then you've got their next game is right. Forgive me, like everyone knows, but so Royal Union Saint Gilloisin.
Is it the Norwegian? Is it the Norwegian team?
Gilloise? Might be.
Yeah, where are they from?
Let's have a look.
I think it's not that team that was doing really well in Europa League a couple of years, like for the last 2 years. Like like was it done up Jose Mourinho's side? I think at one point. I think Roma's side a couple of years ago.
I don't remember.
Royal
The name
Union.
they sound like a college. It doesn't sound like a football team.
It does. It certainly does. I actually cannot find them. I don't know if I'm spelling it wrong.
Just to point out, they do exist.
There we go.
These are Newcastle's
yeah.
teams, right? These are still Newcastle's, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, this is Newcastle's team. I'm really. I don't know if it's just also a new phone, so like you have to bear with me. I'm a dinosaur.
Excuses.
I am a dinosaur with new technology.
He's had it for 6
okay?
months, I bet, and he just doesn't know how to use it.
No, it's the iPhone 10 Pro
Yeah.
XL. Like I'm
Yeah.
seriously
An
struggling
iTouch or something. Yeah.
here. Yeah, you know it. Right. Here we go.
I know what you're talking about.
Belgian.
Well,
Oh yeah, it's the team. Was it the
Club
team
from
at Liverpool?
Brussels. Based
Yes,
in a forest. Oh. I might have to try and get an away ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that team because obviously they played Liverpool when we were in Europa League, and obviously was it Alexi McAllister's brother plays for them.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, does he? Oh.
Yeah, it was a big thing about them. But yeah, they were a good side. I think that's going to be a tough one for Newcastle.
Yeah.
Then you got Benfica at home, Athletic Club at home, Marseille away, by Leverkusen away, PSV at home, PSG away. Obviously, PSG have to be in there at some point with them as well.
Yeah. I tell you, is that all of them? Sorry.
Yeah, I think they'll do okay.
Benfica at home will be another tasty one as well. That'll be another good match, I think.
If that was away, I'd be worried for them a little bit.
Yeah. But at home, I think that'll be like a good. There'll be a good. The crowd will be well up for that. It'll be
what are you thinking?
yeah.
Like last season with Barcelona, the 5-4s. Is that one? Because obviously there was a lot of that. They played them twice, and how many go? But was it Barcelona Benfica match? That was insane. But could we see high scoring game in this one? When Newcastle Benfica.
I think Newcastle will be pleased with if they get in the playoffs.
I think they're capable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they're more than capable with those. With the teams that could possibly finish below them, like realistically, I don't sit there and look at Newcastle and go, you'll definitely be in the bottom lot. No, I do think they've got a squad capable of competing.
Hopefully,
definitely.
Players obviously like Wissa was their kind of their big signing, I suppose. Hoping to get him back fit. Obviously,
It's kind of ironic with that one, isn't it? Like they all this summer try and get him, and then he comes in and it's like, he's injured for like a month. It's like,
they've just had the worst luck. They've had the worst luck of any team. Like the amount of players they tried to get in, and they just went to other teams. And the one player they do get in is bloody injured. But Walter might have scored for them at the weekend, so not too bad.
That's fair enough.
But the final one is Spurs, obviously Europa League winners.
Oh yeah.
They start off their campaign against Villarreal. Then they've got Bodo Glimt away, Monaco away, Copenhagen at home, PSG away, Slavia Prague at home, Dortmund at home, and then Eintracht Frankfurt away.
They're really good fixes for them. Like a lot of those, I can see them winning.
I think Thomas Frank is going to struggle balancing this because he's never had to do it before.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you said to me, what set of those fixtures would you take out of all the English teams? You would take theirs. You would
Yeah.
100%
But would you take
theirs.
theirs as Tottenham? So obviously they are easier because they're not seeded the same as the other teams. So
Yeah,
you would take them, but if you're taking them as Tottenham, you probably wouldn't have as good a chance as maybe with City or whatever else. But I
yeah,
get
no,
your
of
point.
course.
But
Yeah,
they are definitely the easiest set of fixtures objectively. Yeah.
yeah. Like, because I think it's definitely going to be his struggle getting the balance right.
Yeah.
But I think if he's got with these fixtures, yeah, I think he's got to think to himself. Yeah, I
Well,
think playoff spot would be plausible with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
I mean, there's no expectations with Tottenham. I think for them this season, with because obviously with them, as I said before, like the league is their main priority. So this is kind of an extra. So like,
Yeah.
I don't, as much as they want to go, they want to go as far as they want, but like, I think for them it's more of a situation of like getting back to like some decent league form. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
and Champions League's like that extra little trip you get to go to, and or what was it? Their home games. I think they haven't got any. They're not playing anyone that's like the big hitters. I don't think in any of their home games. I don't think, are they, in Champions League?
Apart from PSG,
Yeah, so
PSG is the
like
only
yeah,
one that they're actually
I see them getting a lot of.
got.
I could see if all goes to plan. Obviously, and then obviously their home form's like been really good, and against them teams, I could see them maybe getting playoffs, but I could see them just missing out on the top eight, maybe depending on
Mm.
if with them fixtures. So
Yeah.
if it was still Ange, we would have been thinking bottom 24th, like all the way to the bottom,
Mm,
maximum
yeah,
like
you
conceding
would.
like 20 goals.
Yeah.
But like now they've got was it Thomas Frank? I
Thomas
think
Frank.
they're gonna be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I was Tottenham fan, I'd be kind of looking forward to this campaign, to be honest.
Yeah.
Champions League, because obviously them
Think
fixtures.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only concern you would have, I suppose, as a Tottenham fan, would be the injuries that they have currently, because we're in that time of the season now where where the Champions League starts, and then early next year the FA Cup starts. Just injuries are such an important thing in a run-in if you're going for especially if you're competing in multiple tournaments. So injuries are a massive thing. Try to have as few injuries as possible, of course. But
If he
Tottenham
could
still
just
have a few out now. But
if he just doesn't have the injuries that he had last season, like there was ridiculous how many injuries they got. It
yeah,
was
that was insane. Yeah,
so if you don't get any of the anything to that level, I think they should be okay. But again, it might
yeah,
be a free hit in the club competitions because the cup competitions because obviously again if they like get not qualify out of the league stage, maybe not get like a trophy or anything like that, but still finishing like the top seven, top
yeah,
six.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think Tom fans would be quite happy. So,
yeah.
but if they can get a cup, like everyone, you always love a good cup run. So if they can get in, like like an Aston Villa like last season, maybe aim for that because obviously they were just mightily unlucky to not get,
Yeah.
against PSG.
But like you
So
rightly said, the league form is the thing for them because of how bad they were last season in the
yeah,
league. So yeah, they need to kind of. I think top four maybe would be the kind of the what they're
I think
aiming for. That's kind of if we get top four, that is a successful season.
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
I would say
yeah, definitely.
So what are we thinking, guys? Who do you think? So obviously, David, you've already said you
City.
think
Yeah,
Man
City.
City is going
Yeah,
to go the furthest. I actually am going to. Uh, I think Man City is not actually a bad shout, but I don't. I think with the team that they've got at the minute, I think it's early to say for me that they're going to um go far in the Champions League. I don't think the team's
mm,
quite ready yet to do well in that competition. I think the Premier League's the main focus for them this year,
Mm,
yeah,
but I would actually go with Arsenal. I think.
mm,
I think Arsenal could
mm,
be a team that does go quite far. I think they they're not going to do brilliantly. They'll do good enough to get through, but I think that the team is big enough, and if they can get those injuries sorted by the
yeah,
time it gets to knockout stages, I think with a fully fit Arsenal side, they are a team that could go quite far in the competition. I think if they do really well in the Premier League, to a point where they're right in the middle of the title race and top, like I think they could be, I think that they may prioritise that more over the Champions League after a
Oh
period
well,
of
yeah, hundred
time.
well, it was like
percent.
last
Yeah,
season where they kind of
Yeah,
swapped it, didn't they? Because obviously
yeah,
the way the
exactly.
league went,
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah. I
I
don't
think, but I
think.
think. Sorry, Mark.
Go on. No.
I was going to say that. Yeah. I don't know. Don't think I agree with that because I think this season, and we've talked about it before, that I think this is the season where Arteta needs to either it needs to win the league basically, because he's been building and building for 5 years. He hasn't won a trophy apart from the FA Cup, but everyone is saying now that they have to win the league. They have to win the league, and they've come so close and they've fallen short in the last couple of seasons. So I don't think, obviously, so that's the main aim for this season. Obviously, any cup run, be it domestic or European, is obviously a good thing and a positive thing, and it kind of adds a bit of positivity if you go far in a cup competition. But
Yeah.
but Arteta's aim, and he if you ask him, it's like, what trophies you want to win this season, it'd be the Premier League. And he said, but I think because I've said before, I think if he doesn't win the league this season, he might be gone. So I don't think, but again, you never know. I mean, look, no, I don't think anyone would have foreseen Arsenal having as good a run in the Champions League last season as they did. What are they? The semi-finals they got to, wasn't it? They got knocked out by PSG.
Semis,
But great run, and that famous game, the Real Madrid game, the Rice 2 free kicks. So they think the European campaign was really good for them last season. But I don't really see them going as far this season. But you never know.
Okay. What about you, Stu?
Oof,
Liverpool.
I mean, this is.
We're done.
I mean, it's again, it's hard to not look back your own side. Because
here we go.
well, I mean, I get what you're saying with Arsenal. I get that because obviously they're looking quite good at the moment, and obviously they are like looking like if they can click and maybe get a bit more luck on the draw, maybe they might be able to get further. I think, but yeah, I mean, I think with us, it's just like I think it's got to click at some point, and obviously we had the discussion a long time ago where it's like, would you rather have Premier League or the Champions League?
Yeah.
And obviously, I would always say Premier League all the way, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's like I would obviously back my own side, but obviously, this is weird because obviously there's no clear cut. Is anyone like who said like there's no clear cut at all? Like what team's going to win? Because back in the day, it was obvious. Like even you can't even say you can't even go like, oh, Real Madrid, because obviously they were in a kind of transitional with Xabi Alonso and all these new systems. So it's not like the Carlo Ancelotti kind of wave. So
no one's a clear winner right now.
Nah,
No
I mean, again, it's one of those discussions like we had last time. It's like when you get past the league stuff and then you see who's won about, up there you go. Because obviously at the time, I think we were all saying I think it was either Barcelona or some. I think I said that at the time PSG, or like some people like that, like who's gonna go and win it. But I think I think with us doing further, we'll probably defend on like similar to last season where how the league goes. If we're like in a title race, I think we're proper title race. I think we'll focus more on that. And if we get knocked out in the Champions League, it would be annoying, but it won't be too bothered if we like. But if we lose a league, then that would hurt more. But yeah, I would always back us because obviously it would feel wrong in so many ways to sit there and go, oh, Arsenal would do first. Like, no, I think we're again. This is what the £400 million was spent on to have a bigger squad so we can go on all four fronts. I think so.
Yeah.
We want, but yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting Champions League this year. I've got to be honest. It's going to be exciting.
I think for me, the team I think is the favourite to win it for me, Bayern Munich. I mean, I think the strangest headline out of all of that, if they did win it, would be Van Son Company was managing Burnley 2 seasons ago, and now has gone and won the Champions League and the Bundesliga in the next 2 seasons.
It just doesn't.
I'd love to see that.
That doesn't feel right.
That doesn't sound right. But
I would love to see that because it would just be like, Tottenham win a European trophy before Arsenal do. Kane wins a European trophy before Arsenal do. It's just like the banter against Arsenal would be hilarious. But I think it'd be interesting to see the betting. What the bookies have. You would say probably PSG are favourites, slightly just because they won last season and all the rest of it, and then maybe number
Real
2 are
Madrid.
I'd say Man City are maybe number 2.
I mean, I'm sure we're in the top 5 to win it. I think. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen the booking thing, but like.
Yeah, I'd say Liverpool are up there, but I'd say PSG, Man City, then maybe Liverpool / Real Madrid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, the PSG one is like if they play anything like it was last season.
Anything like they do last season.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean. It's ridiculous how good they were. Like, but again, was it a system like their system worked out because it's a new system that nobody could figure out, or maybe it's a situation.
They've lost on the rumour. They've lost the best one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
How they allowed that? Like how they got to a point where that happened is.
Yeah, if they win the Champions League again, I will be shocked because.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
A world-class keeper. I think you've kind of.
I mean, he kept. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. Like seriously, like against that, like when he played us, it's like you couldn't get past him. It was.
He's a unit. He was huge.
No, and he was great for City on the weekend as well. He made one save in particular against Mbeumo shot that was just ridiculous.
Damn it! Have they bought their way back into a title race? Have they?
It looks like it. It looks like it.
Oh, yeah,
no, last season was a one-off, was it? Ah, damn, bummer.
Well, let's move on because I think we've gone over quite a bit here, but
Yeah.
we have obviously got to finish on the most important thing, the Super Six.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. Right. So now the fixtures we've got for this week. So we're going to start off. Obviously, David always starts. He knows the rule. He always does the start.
Yes.
Pressure's
Yeah.
on you straight
Yeah.
away. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're going to start off at the Amex Stadium. We have Brighton at home to Spurs, and it is a 3 o'clock kickoff on the Saturday. So it's not
Yeah.
on telly or anything. But what are we saying? What do you think for that one?
I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. I think it's a fair shout though. Fair shout. Right. What are you saying then, Stu?
Well, obviously, I made the silly mistake this weekend to actually put them to win against Bournemouth. Silly prediction by my Sanders, because what was I thinking? So I think it'd be silly to bet for them now. But again, yeah, Tottenham are just still looking amazing. So if I was going to put like a prediction here, I think 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1. Okay. All right. Fairs. I think defensively they look the best in the league so far. I think defensively they look sound.
They are. Yeah. They look good.
It's hard to have West Ham game as anything to go by, but again, it was a clean sheet.
Such a freak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Bournemouth. Sorry, when they lost to Bournemouth, that was the freak result. Yeah.
But so they can be exposed given the right team. I don't think Brighton are going to be good enough going forward though to crack the nut of what's his name?
Vicario.
Yes, Vicario, Van der Ven and Romero in the back. So I'm going to go 3-0 Spurs. I think it'll be another spanking.
Yeah.
And yeah, Richarlison, I'd like to see him have another good game because I do like watching Richarlison. I think.
Was he going to put him in your fancy team and then hope he gets a hat trick just to get all 3 of the goals?
Is he a striker in the fantasy team or is he?
Yes, I think he's a midfielder.
Oh,
I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
He's a striker. I'm sure I've seen it.
Is he? Okay.
I might be wrong. It's just
let me. I'll check really quick.
That would be a good swap for Nunes,
League
the Fulham striker, because I've got him in my team. But they've got Leeds at home, so that's a hard one. Do I get rid of him for Richarlison? If I did, he can't let me down. That's the rule.
I'm glad I think with my fit fantasy, I'm glad I didn't get Haaland in, because obviously it wasn't the greatest for midfield, but if you keep Haaland in, you're always gonna get good points. So I think he's sticking in there for a while. I think.
He is a forward. You're right.
He is a forward. Okay, I'll consider it. Thank you for the advice. But now he's going to get red
card. What have I done? What have I done? Have I ever given him the hope to tap in the league?
You've just given him the best tip ever.
But yeah, so well, best tip ever. I should have captained Haaland this weekend, but I didn't. That was a silly decision, wasn't it?
I was sorry to very, very quickly. I was this close to getting rid of Salah, and then obviously they get the penalty and he gets a goal. I went, well, I might just keep him then. Maybe he'll start scoring now, so we'll see.
Okay, then you got Manchester United at Old Trafford at home to Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea. Yeah.
Kickoff.
Jesus.
It's a hard one, that is.
Yeah.
We'll start with Stu here. We'll make our way round, I think.
Okay.
Go on then. What are you saying?
I mean, if you just look at I think this is one of the matches, as much as you want to sit there and go maybe Man United might do it. No, I think it's Chelsea win. I think all the way, because obviously with they still look quite good, and obviously with the way that we've seen them against City, and kind of when Chelsea get going, they can destroy teams. I could see this being. I'm tempted to put 2-1, but I think just because of where Man United are at the moment, I would put 3-1. So I'll put 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay.
Do you want to go next, Matt?
Yeah. I think that Chelsea, it's, but defensively, it still does worry me a little bit. But I'll be honest, after seeing that Man United team against Manchester City, if we go at them, which we should do, if we go at them, Man United are there for the taking at the moment, and it's just, for me, it's a question of, are we going to be like good enough to get the goals that we need, and not actually like not be as penetrating as we should be
Not
in this
faff
game.
about too much.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go with 2-0. I'm going to go with
2-0
2-0
Chelsea.
here. 2-0 Chelsea, of course. I'm not going 2-0 United, no way. But yeah, the 2-0 Chelsea. I think that, yeah, I think João Pedro will shine again in this game. I think Caicedo's playing brilliantly so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll make ourselves hard to break down. Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
I don't think it'll be a straight fight. So I know, obviously, we were on a down. Well, I was on a down earlier on talking about United's performance against City, on Sunday. But there were moments in the game, particularly in the opening kind of 20 minutes or so, where United did look good and did kind of get at City, and they had chances. And again, to mention again, Donnarumma made a great save. He had a good game, but he made one great save in particular against a really nice Mbeumo shot from the edge of the box. But it's been that way this whole season so far. In all 4 games, United have looked good going forward, and particularly there was some counter-attacking yesterday that looked really promising, but again, nothing came from it. But the intent was there, and again, it's been like that in other games as well, where the chances have been there. There's been plenty of chances for United, but just obviously haven't been able to convert any of them, really. So, having said that, though, I am still going to go for a draw. I do think United can just keep Chelsea out. They have looked defensively okay. Players like De Ligt and Yoro have actually had strong starts to the season, I think. And I'm hoping to see Lamins come in, the new keeper. I was disappointed to not see him start against City, to be honest. Just with how much Amorim was talking him up, and he's a great young keeper, all this and that, and then he doesn't start. I thought, well, if you're giving someone this much praise, throw them in there, throw them in the deep end, and see how they react.
Maybe he's trying to protect him now, because obviously think about it, it's like big game.
Maybe. Who knows, really? But I mean, but I do hope he starts against Chelsea, and I think he will. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1.
Okay. Next game on our list is Fulham at Craven Cottage against Brentford. That is the 8 o'clock kickoff on the Saturday. I'm liking this 8 o'clock kickoff. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I think 5:30 and then done.
Fair enough then. You're partial curfew then, I see. But yeah, no, I think that this game is going to be
boring.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't see this being a very entertaining game.
Last on match of the day.
It's got a draw in it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I was tempted by 0-0, but then I'm going with the classic Stu line of it's Super 6. You can't go 0-0.
Always put a goal. Anyone that puts 0-0 is
I'm going to
crazy.
go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1, but I'd like to say now that I mean 0-0.
Okay, yeah. So it's 1-1 on paper, but in reality, you mean gotcha.
So what you're saying is basically, if it becomes 0-0, you'll be. I have to change it so you get a point.
He's right either way, is what he's saying. He's covering all bases.
Yes, exactly. All right. No, I'm gonna go 0-0. No, I'm gonna go 0-0. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be bold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do it. Why not? Yeah. Be bold.
So was it?
So everyone can see it. It's right there.
Jesus.
0-0.
There you go.
There you go. Just so you know the scoreline.
I'm definitely keep an eye on that one, because if you see a Fulham score, you'd be like, you're sending it to you like, mate, it's done.
Oh, great. Right, go on then, David.
Yeah, 1-1 for me as well. That's what I think.
Okay. What are we gonna go with? Stu, are you gonna be the odd one out here?
I just, again, it's not. I don't see other side, because obviously Fulham haven't been really convincing so far this season, and obviously, but again, maybe Liverpool at home, but like away. So yeah, it's like you sometimes look at games, and this definitely is one of them when you go draw, written all over it. So I've got the same 1-1. I think there is going to be some goals, but we're not
1-1 across the board.
Yeah.
Well,
well, 0-0. Sorry, 0-0. Yeah.
0-0. I am being very boring. I'm being that one that this game ended 0-0. I'm going to bed early.
Were you being was it in your case? You say being boring, but you're also being bold at the same time.
I think 0-0 is the bravest prediction you could make. It's quite the opposite of boring, I feel.
The only one that is braver is as brave as that is sometimes a 1-0.
Or like 6-3 or something.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Sunderland versus Aston Villa next. Some people may have already seen my prediction on the screen there
I
as
didn't
I
see.
put my
Well,
thing
yeah, I
up.
didn't
But
see.
No.
if you didn't, that's fine. But viewers, you probably already know it. But I will obviously mention it again. But David, what are you thinking? Stadium alive.
I am going to go for a Sunderland win, partly because I think it'd be funny to see Aston Villa not score again. But I do think that Sunderland looks really good at home. They look really good at home. We mentioned earlier on that their home form will be important to keep them up in the league, and I think that they're kind of it's showing so far. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Sunderland.
Okay. All right. What are you saying, Stu?
Yeah, I can't disagree with the looking at sitting there saying that basically Sunderland at home is probably going to be. I think they're unbeaten at the moment. I don't think they've lost yet at home as well.
No, I
So
think they're unbeaten. Yeah.
yeah, so like, and against this Villa
think.
side that can't, like the older was it? Well, I don't know. Same saying, you couldn't hit a barn door with a machine gun type situation with Aston Villa right now. They can't
How's ours
score.
with a banjo? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they just can't score. I swear. But as much as I would love to see another, Villa having trouble and obviously it'd be like not score. I think they are gonna. I think they're going to get a goal. But again, I think Stadium Light, Sunderland, how massive that crowd's going to be for. I'm going to put 2-1, Sunderland.
Okay.
You're giving them a goal. No, no.
Well, 8 Super 6, as I keep saying.
I know.
You don't wanna-
So I've actually gone with 2-0 Sunderland as well. So we've all gone for a Sunderland
We go for
win
Sunderland
here.
win. Yeah.
going the same
Sorry,
angle as
Carl. But yeah, I think that Aston Villa, there's nothing been convincing about them really
Nah.
so far.
No.
I think Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, that is where they're going to get the most of their points. But I think if someone said at the beginning of the season 3 wins from your first 5 games,
I know.
my
Massive.
word would they have taken that. Like
Some
that
start.
is already what you'd probably argue about a quarter of the points they need to stay up already.
Yeah,
within
more.
the
Yeah,
first 5
nearly.
games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
was it
yeah.
how many did Southampton get last year?
Was it like
11?
13?
No, yeah, 13. I think no. Was it?
Because 11 was the Derby
Yeah,
record, wasn't
they
it? But
got-
I think they got
But
12 or
they-
13.
So like they're already halfway there, like 2/3 of the way there. Like, so they're going to last season.
No, so yeah, 2-0, 2-0 Sunderland, like marching on in the right direction. I love
Yeah.
seeing it, so let's keep it
Yep,
going.
yep.
The next game is Bournemouth at home to Newcastle United. This, I
Ooh.
think, I'm going with game of the weekend here.
Oh yeah.
I think this is
Potentially,
gonna be,
yeah.
we got Semenyo, who is probably player of the
Flying.
season so far.
Yeah.
He's playing
Oh, it's been
brilliantly
brilliant, yeah.
for Bournemouth.
Doing well for my fantasy
Newcastle,
team. Yep.
yeah, oh no, sorry, I've got Avery Charlison. Sorry, I've got to take Duke's tip, haven't I? But yeah, and then you got Newcastle off the back of a win as well. So Stu, what are we saying?
Oh, this is tough because there's obviously was it Bournemouth at home? I think there was the one again they're really good at home, and obviously but Newcastle again. I mean they're starting to find their feet now. And they've got the striker situation out of the way. I mean if I was gonna be playing it safe, I would put a draw, but I think because how good Bournemouth have been, I would put Bournemouth to win it. So I would put again 2-1 win for Bournemouth.
Okay, all right.
Who's at home again? Bournemouth or Newcastle?
It's Bournemouth home.
Bournemouth. I am going to be boring, and I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say. I think it could be quite. I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah.
2-2. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right then. I think that it's like I say, it's gonna be game of the weekend. I think that I'm gonna go with David. I am gonna go with David and gonna go 2-2 as well. Yeah.
Classic.
Like
Classic.
it's either for me it's got to be either a Bournemouth win or a draw. I don't see Newcastle winning, but I don't see them getting dominated in that game.
They'll just cancel each other out, I think. Yeah.
It'll just be end-to-end stuff. Brilliant football.
It will. I think it will be a good match, though. I agree with that.
Yeah. And I was even tempted with a clean sheet for Bournemouth, but then I was like, no, I think this Newcastle side have enough in them to get a goal at least.
Yeah.
That's something, but they're back on track now. So I think with striker now, so they should be scoring more goals. So it should be fine.
And then we now have the big game of the weekend in terms of like the bigger teams. Arsenal versus Manchester City, the
Oh yeah.
student against the master.
Oh God.
Here by the looks of things, and
Wasn't sorry.
go on.
No, it wasn't this the one. Wasn't Arsenal were at home, aren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
Arsenal.
What
Yeah,
was it last year where they absolutely pumped City? Was it like 6-0 or 6-1 or
yes.
something? I can't remember what the score was. Yeah, don't know.
I remember they did smash them, and yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think it was as high as that, but yeah, I remember it was a good
4-0
scoreline.
or something. Yeah, I can't remember, but
I think it was 5 something. I'm sure of it.
yeah, it was it
I
was
think,
it was a proper doing, whatever it was. But
Yeah. I
oh,
think that it's going to be a game that's a lot closer than a lot of people think. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think Man City have sorted themselves out a little bit more
yeah,
now. Um, I've just seen that Saliba is also been seen in training ahead of the Champions League tie, so he could be back for the
maybe, yeah.
game against Man City. Um, Obviously not a fully fit Arsenal side. A fantastic Haaland. Um, have Arsenal got it where it takes to keep him out
Mm.
in this game? I don't think so. But have Arsenal got it where it takes to win the game? Yes, I do. I'm. Oh, it's
it's
hard to.
got.
It's a very. This. I think
I
this
think
is a
the answer
really
is
good one to
obvious. I
call.
think after all of that, everything you
Really?
said there, I agree with all everything you said there. But
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I'm gonna go with. Do you know? I really want to go bold and go 4-4. I want a 4-4. I want a 4-4.
I mean, you can put
That
that,
would
but I've
be
got a feeling you're not going to get the points.
that would be a shout and a half.
Talk about like in one game. I don't want any goals in this one. I want all the goals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
got
I want all of the weekend's goals in this match, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna go for it. I'm gonna go
What?
3-all.
I
I'm
thought you
gonna
were
go
gonna say 4
3-all.
3-0.
No,
3-0,
3-all.
okay.
I'm
Why
gonna
not?
go 3-all.
Why not?
Yeah,
Go for
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna go 3-all. I think Haaland will be bang on it. I think that. I don't think Saliba will be back for that game.
No, I
I'm
don't think
gonna
so.
say now he's gonna be back. You watch, and it's gonna be like 1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, but I think that it's gonna be 3-3-all. A game that's just gonna go completely tools out the window. We got to now try and
Hope so.
fend for our
That'd be
lives,
good.
but it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
goals everywhere. So yeah, 3-all.
Cool.
Right, go on then.
I do think City will win. I think it'll be. Yeah, I just think look, the form Haaland is in, and City, like I do agree. I think City are starting to kind of get together now. There's a bit more cohesion in the team now.
Yeah.
They look a little bit more solid. Still questions at the back for them, I think, but obviously Donnarumma coming in will help that significantly. So yeah, but and again with Arsenal's injuries, again Saliba out with that kind of that dominant centre back pairing they have. To form that kind of triangle with the keeper Raya, who I think is on a par with. He's probably the joint best keeper in the league alongside Alisson. But yeah, missing Odegaard, missing Saka, so I think it'll be 2-1 to City.
Okay, 2-1 City. Brilliant, Stu.
This game's more interesting with it with how Arteta approaches it. I think because obviously when he played us, he basically he could have got at us and he could have won that game. Like if he was just a bit more bolder and a bit more, and taking his chances. But again, he played for a draw and basically played a consistent. So the interesting thing with this one, would he sit there and go, seeing what they've just done the City and gone, okay, we'll try and hold them out and then try and get them later on, or would he go for it? That's what I think. So. I mean, City again. I don't want to get too carried away, City, because again we do it again. Like they one big win and everyone's like they're back, and then the next game they're absolutely rubbish. So, give me a couple of games and then I'll be more convinced. I think it'll be similar to it's going to be against the Liverpool one, which is close. But I think it's going to again. I'm not going to go for crazy like 3-3, but I do think it's going to be a draw. I think it'll be 1-1.
Go on.
Imagine Matt on the next Todd podcast. If it is 3-all, how delighted he will be. The gleefulness of this chap. He won't be able to shut up about it.
No, because
I'd be the same. Look, I'd be the same. Calling it 3-all, I'd be like, I am the king of football.
Like, people calling you crazy, and then all of a sudden you figured out to be a genius because you got it exactly right.
My nickname will be the crazy one.
Your nickname would be 3-3. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. But we'll leave it there now. I think we've Matthew gone over, but thank you for listening, everyone. If you've listened to all of that, well done. Honestly, well done. But we will be back next week to obviously discuss some of the action from the Champions League. Obviously, me being right about the 3-3 as well will be a very big factor, of course.
Sure.
Okay. I want now. Remember that face by.
I hope it is. Do you know what? I hope it is 3-3 now. I do actually hope it is 3-3 because I think
just to prove me wrong instead of going, well, you were the doubter. You doubted me.
Yeah. We'll change the logo to this. Just that.
It was. Should I just put in the thumbnail? Or she said, was it Matt was right?
Yeah. Just a picture of Matt with a red arrow and it just says genius. It just
yeah. Anyway, things that won't happen. Anyway, take care, everyone.
Bye.
All right then. See you later. Bye.